Well, hello there. Good morning. Tuesday. I miscounted. It's day 5 of my 6 days in a row. And nearly there, folks. Nearly there. Whipping around. I gotta say, I didn't sleep super great. I put a little lavender essential oil on my hands at like 3 a.m. to try to catch some extra winks. My mind was racing. And then when my alarm went off at 5, I didn't get up. I slept. Kept going. Turned off my alarm. But that's okay. I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. Beat myself up for it. Over it. Oh yeah. Okay, I need some sleep still. That's fine. But I had like these thoughts popping into my head. I'm sure people have experienced this. Yesterday, my dad came and visited briefly, and we were talking about coffee. Somehow the question of what is a country in Africa that starts with an S related to coffee? Sumatra was one of them. What was the other one? Senegal? Probably not. Then, of course, 3:15 a.m., bing, Sulawesi. Is that an African country? Maybe. Did my mind think it should wake me up to blow the horn and say that I've arrived at the answer? It sure did. So, what does that tell me? I guess your mind is super powerful subconsciously, and I have attempted to practice putting an intention or a question into my mind before I go to bed, so that in the morning I could potentially have thought through it all night long, subconsciously. And that's a little example of the Sulawesi. Seems to jive well there. So I want to ask myself more questions before, or at least put down some things that I'm not sure of on paper, or just at least discuss them perhaps at dinner before we go to bed, to try to get my mind something to chew on while I'm sleeping, and it might even let me sleep better. Who knows? I don't know. I think a lot of my sleep patterns are based on habits, and I don't typically work 5 days in a row, 4 days in a row. I don't typically work 4 in a row. So there's a lot of work thoughts. Nothing too bad, but some weird ones. You know, weird dreams, coworkers, random props from work popping up, and like I'm needing to solve a problem, something like that. Kind of goofy. Dreams. You guys remember your dreams? Do you ever read into them more? They're pretty interesting to me. What else was I thinking about? So this whole conscious parenting idea is a constant practice and struggle, and this truck is trying to get by. This truck. Just a little bit of, give people a little bit of space, a little tiny movement. He's got it. You're clear, buddy. Clear, big dog. Recycling day here, Northeast. But conscious parenting, attempting to give your children a little bit of space to feel their emotions, to express themselves, to leap and grow, rather than silencing them and telling them to sit still. And that's definitely not been our style. Sage Parenting is a book that my wife is reading right now. She's in the chapter about mentorship, which we really haven't chatted much about, but I'd like to read it. We now own it, so it'll be a good one for me to dive into after she's done. You should check out Sage Parenting's Instagram page. She has lots of good content. I think she's written a few books. Whoa. All right, there. Yeah, this is my... Perhaps I'll treat myself to a proper dash mount at one point in time, but no promises, nothing happening immediately. Looking to maybe refinance my house, and my mortgage broker subscribed. What's up, Steph? Hoping to just rearrange things, lower my interest, get some ducks in a row, keep on working on my own project. I haven't been putting a ton of work into my website or the little projects there. I have created, whoa, lady, look both ways, oh my gosh. People, pedestrians, drivers, look for each other. Oh my goodness, that was a close call. I have created a poster, I guess, promoting my meal mentorship program on an app called Canva, which is really cool. It's got a fantastic series of content production templates that are free. You can pay for upgraded stuff, but their free stuff is fire. It's great. That's an interesting term. My kids were a little alarmed when I started using that, like, fire? Where? What? Something's on fire? You know, it's trendy. That's fire. Which I guess is kind of goofy, the way our language evolves and adapts and is always changing, but kind of fun at the same time. So today I've got another appointment, afternoon, another pretty cool product we're offering, and yeah, pretty interesting client, really quick to choose, which is fine. He was like, this is the one, I like this, let's go. Bada bing, bada bang. Very little effort needed, because he did his research, which is great. Really appreciate that. So here we are at a major intersection. The leaves are fire. The leaves are beautiful. We got a little raindrops falling. I've been enjoying bringing my backpack to work. Never did that before. Thought it was kind of goofy. Why would you bring a backpack to work, out of work? But I've got a jacket in there, and I've got some food, and I've got the chapstick, and a lighter, and a pen, and some paper, and stuff to do stuff with if ever I needed to deviate from the plan. And it's just a little, like, little security blanket, if you will. It feels good to have a backpack with you, so I've been enjoying toting that thing around. Coming up on the vacation, staycation, and excited to see some family. Got my mom in town. She's going to be coming tomorrow. Hey, Mom. Love you. Going to be hanging out with my nieces and my sister, and we're going to be celebrating one of my children's birthdays. There's another point, kind of an interesting one, as it relates to our language and the words we choose to use in English. A lot of possessive words like my children and, you know, my daughter, my mom. Well, it's totally okay, and it's, you know, there's truth in that they are who I came from, and of course my daughter is not your daughter. However, that's a little bit of like I think there's a problem using that, or if you can attempt to just challenge that idea of like the child I spend my life with, the child I share my life with, rather. My wife introduced that idea to me from some of her reading, and it was really eye-opening. It felt really good to say, like, geez, you know, this is an individual that's going to have their own life, and I'm part of it, and I can help them and encourage them and love them, but they're not mine. They're not, it's, you know, this is my hand. I can control my hand most of the time. But my children are not mine to possess. They're not a possession of mine. And if I treat them more of like a little small human I'm trying to share my life with, then it totally changes the feeling there. I feel if you can continuously remind yourself to use that terminology and kind of recondition yourself in that way. Gosh, these leaves, I tell you, it is just super gorgeous. These are in full effect, green to red, the whole spectrum. That is a perfect example. All right, it's not perfect, but it's darn near perfect. Hi, guy, you go ahead. Oh, he wants me to, yeah, appreciate that. Thank you. The trees. Look at the trees, people. Look at the freaking trees. Right, so 9 o'clock, a couple minutes late-ish. I'm gonna squeeze past this person. I'm gonna drop it down so I can squeeze underneath this barricade and not hit the... Ooh. Got a little adventure rack on top of my car now. Makes it a little taller. Gotta kind of squeeze in underneath things sometimes. Good times. This is not my coworker. I thought I was gonna wave, but she didn't look at me, so don't need to wave. But I would encourage you to wave at strangers, smile, pretend like you know them, makes them feel good. Kind of a fun little exercise. It's relatively harmless. Go wave at some strangers. Hi, how are you? Makes people feel good. That's kind of what it's all about, right? Feelings, feeling good. Like, subscribe, share, be well. Connect with your family. Say hi to somebody in your family today. Shoot them a text. Shoot them a high five emoji. I don't know. I would challenge you to do that. Reach out there and say hi to somebody and just encourage somebody today. All right, be well.